Legislation was passed in the Senate this week to ban smoking in cars with children under the age of 8. The Senate also passed legislation that requires all passengers in a vehicle to have a seatbelt, in essence banning the practice of buckling in 2 minors under the age of 16 with 1 seatbelt. Mark, as a father, what do you think of this legislation?
There are lots of things that are good ideas, that ought to be practices that people ought to be able to do on their own. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be legislated, but I think sometimes things like this obscure the really significant problems that kids have, for example, when they're born out of wedlock and they don't have a father. And we're worried about things inside a car as opposed to broader social issues that really profoundly affect the way a kid is brought up.
I think it's a known health risk to have a child in a car filled with smoke in a closed environment. It's a known health risk to have kids not secured properly with a seatbelt. So I don't personally have a problem with it. I don't know that many people who, and I personally thought putting 2 people in a single seatbelt was illegal already. So
did I.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's a good move.
I think we're safe because lightning can't strike twice in the same place, so it hadn't done it yet, but I agree with Rich. I think it's fine because your rights stop where my nose begins, and literally that's true in the case of the child.
Right.